The hottest places in hell are reserved for those who in times of great moral crisis maintain their neutrality. Faith is the substance of the things we hope for, and evidence of those that are not seen. The path to paradise begins in hell. My will and my desire were both revolved, as is a wheel in even motion driven, by love, which moves the sun and other stars. All hope abandon, ye who enter here. He who best discerns the worth of time is most distressed whenever time is lost. Remember tonight, for it is the beginning of always. Haste denies all acts their dignity. In the middle of the journey of our life I found myself within a dark woods where the straight way was lost. And as he, who with laboring breath has escaped from the deep to the shore, turns to the perilous waters and gazes. The more a thing is perfect, the more it feels pleasure and pain. And now, I pray you, tell me who you were. Do not be harder than I've been with you, that in the world your name may still endure. Wisdom is earned, not given. He who sees a need and waits to be asked for help is as unkind as if he had refused it. So many times a man's thoughts will waver, that it turns him back from honored paths, as false sight turns a beast, when he is afraid. There is no greater sorrow than to recall our times of joy in wretchedness. Love insists the loved loves back. These dwell among the blackest souls, loaded down deep by sins of differing types. If you sink far enough, you'll see them all. O human race, born to fly upward, wherefore at a little wind dost thou so fall? How short a time the fire of love endures in woman if frequent sight and touch do not rekindle it. Beauty awakens the soul to act. Now our minds are like smoke, then they shall be like fire. Consider your origin. You were not formed to live like brutes but to follow virtue and knowledge. And I was told about this torture, that it was the hell of carnal sins when reasons give way to desire. They yearn for what they fear for. I'm not alone in misery of soul. Into the eternal darkness, into fire and into ice. The man who lies asleep will never waken fame, and his desire and all his life drift past him like a dream, and the traces of his memory fade from time like smoke in air, or ripples on a stream. Without hope we live in desire. And we came forth to contemplate the stars. As once I loved you in my mortal flesh, without it now I love you still. Through me you go into a city of weeping. Through me you go into eternal pain. Through me you go amongst the lost people. And to a place I come where nothing shines. Nature is the art of God. The wish to hear such baseness is degrading. A mighty flame follows a tiny spark. High justice would in no way be debased if ardent love should cancel instantly the debts these penitents must satisfy. The day that man allows true love to appear, those things which are well made will fall into confusion and will overturn everything we believe to be right and true. Midway upon the journey of our life, I found myself within a forest dark, for the straightforward pathway had been lost. Heaven wheels above you, displaying to you her eternal glories, and still your eyes are on the ground. I did not die, and yet I lost life's breath. As little flowers, which the chill of night has bent and huddled, when the white sun strikes, grow straight and open fully on their stems, so did I, too, with my exhausted force. Love rules me. It determines what I ask. In the middle of the journey of our life, I came to myself in a dark wood. At grief so deep the tongue must wag in vain. The language of our sense and memory lacks the vocabulary of such pain. There is a gentle thought that often springs to life in me, because it speaks of you. The commedia, it must be remembered, is a vision of the progress of man's soul toward perfection. The poets leave hell and again behold the stars. You shall find out how salt is the taste of another man's bread, and how hard is the way up and down another man's stairs. one ought to be afraid of nothing other than things possessed of power to do us harm, but things iniquitous need not be feared. Fate's arrow, when expected, travels slow. Here pity only lives when it is dead. Virgil. As phantoms frighten beasts when shadows fall. We were men once, though we've become trees. If the present world go astray, the cause is in you it is to be sought. In old age, the hardest thing is to realize that no one needs you. When you are nearer, you will understand how much your eyesight is deceived by distance. Therefore, push yourself a little harder. For pride and avarice and envy are the three fierce sparks that set all hearts ablaze. In each fire there is a spirit, each one is wrapped in what is burning him. Justice does not descend from its own pinnacle. And what is laughter but a flashing of the soul, that is, a light appearing externally as it is within?